Hi there. So by the end of this video, you should be able to make this bridal fan. This bridal fan is super cute, and I think if you're able to learn how to do this, it is always going to be a plus and it's easy to make. So these are the materials I use. So the bridal fan, this fan particularly, are sold like this at the market. Okay, so you can sew it like you can just buy this one from the market, and then I use my glue gun with my glue stick inside for melting, and this was a lace that was used for the embellishment. Okay, so first and foremost, you make sure that you open it up and then you seal all the tips. As you can see, it has been done already. Okay, so this is how it looked, and then here I had to apply the lace. But yes, I would also say that it is always great to pick up a lace that is made up of great appliques. If the lace comes out into great appliques and it looks nicer and has really clean edges for applique, I'd recommend that it is always best to use a lace like that. It just gives it a very nice outlook. It just makes it look beautiful. Okay, so here you can see that actually place it on the fan and cut it in the same shape as it has, as the fan has. So I'm positioning it here rightly. And yes, if you are supposed to be applying glue at an applique, it is always best that you apply it at a place where the darker embroidery are or the thicker embroidery are. If you place it around where the soft net is, it really isn't the best. It shows outside it, and you don't want your product or your work looking messy, greasy. No, you don't want that. So you try your best to make sure that you actually apply your glue beneath where the embroidery happens. Either is sequence, either is beaded. You just make sure that the glue goes beneath where the embroidery is. So here I was applying it at the back section. I've done the front and I'm here applying it at the back section. So I had to stabilize it. After I positioned it, I just realized that yes, it's gonna work out. Pull it a little bit back, and then I started applying the glue there. Like I always say, make sure that you do not apply the glue at the soft lace section. Make sure that you apply the glue at where the embroidery is done or where it is beaded. Okay, so here the glue was getting finished, so I had to restock it. So I grabbed some and then I just put it inside the gun so that it could melt off, and then I can use it to attach it to the wooden fan as the base. So here, like you can see how section was done, the lace, it was made out from pieces of lace. It was made out from pieces of lace, so I couldn't get a bigger one like the first or the front one. So I made sure that I positioned it in a way that it would be nice, and in a way that I can also get a piece to cover up the other section. Okay, so here after I placed it a couple of times, I realized that okay, so this is going to be the best way to apply it, and then I did that and it just complemented it perfectly. So you see me applying the glue beneath the sequence or where the embroidery is, and that is going to be the best place for you to apply your glue. So here you can see me attaching my hands to it and making sure that it is firmly attached to the fan and giving what it's supposed to give. After I noticed that some applique was just showing or lying at places where they were not supposed to be lying, I just cut it off so that I can just take it off. And here I was cutting the soft net off from the applique or from the lace so that it would give that finish very neat look. So this is how it is looking after the cut was done. So here I noticed that after the first applique and then the second one was better at being shorter, so that the first one or the front one can lie flat and beautiful on the back one. So I did a bit of cutting there so that it shortens out, and then I would just place it like so on it. So that is what you see me doing here. Okay, so I'm applying it on like you see me doing here, and yes, it's falling flat and beautiful as supposed to be given. If this is your first time seeing my YouTube channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, I would like to say thank you very much for subscribing, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell if you have subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, do not forget to click the like button so that it just helps with the retention. But I would also say that if you can subscribe, kindly do subscribe to help the channel grow. And the more you grow, the more we grow, the more I get motivated to upload more amazing videos and tutorials like this. Okay, yes. And I'm Irene. I'm a fashion designer in Ghana, Kumasi to be precise. Admissions are still in progress. If you would want to learn fashion design, sewing, beading, everything fashion, you can definitely send me a message so that we can start from there. So here I was applying the glue at the base to make sure that it has to be stabilized, like you can see here. So I'm stabilizing it and cutting off the applique. If you've never watched the video of how an applique is cut, I have a video. I'll be leaving the video in the description. Kindly do check it out, how appliques are cut and how appliques are attached to projects, dresses, whatever. Okay, but I hope as you are watching this that you are getting the concept on how they are done and have an idea on what to expect in the new video, the other video. Sorry, I have the link in the description. Kindly do check it out so that you can also learn a bit about applique and how great you can get the best appliques from the worst lasers or the best appliques from the best lasers. All you need to do is to make sure your cut is right, the lace is beautiful, your cut is right, and you're good to go to have one of the greatest applique for any project that entails with the use of applique. Okay, so here after the ends, I don't want to cut it straight. I just wanted to give that applique effect. That is the reason why you see me taking those soft net ends out, so that I can have it not straighten up but have the effect, the curviness and the shape of the lace at the base. Okay, if you've not subscribed to this channel, kindly do that. And if you've not liked this video, kindly do like this video. Don't forget to comment in this comment section as well, and do not forget to turn on your notification bell. So here I was cutting the applique out. So I noticed that some of the places were lacking kind of applique. So I took some of the applique out of the lace and then I repositioned them just to make it look more lively and more colorful and more, sparkly, because the sequence looked very nicer than the embroidered one. So I made sure that I could get more sequence so that it can be cut into appliques and be positioned on the fan to give it a bit of some bright look as well. Do not forget to have connections with me on other social media platforms. It would be very great. I have the link in the description. You can definitely check that out as well. And here I'm applying the applique. I just know I noticed that when it was turned on, it looked quite not really polished. So I got an applique, like a linear one, and then I actually placed the sequence on it to give it that effect, and then not make you necessarily know where it ends and how it just came into bin, so that you don't necessarily see like the messiness of it and stuff like that. So that is it. And then I noticed that as usual the sequins were not as much as they were supposed to be, so I cut some out of it to position it on the fan to give it more of sparkles. I know it has sparkles, but I just wanted it to look extra sparky. So this is how it looked at the final stage. This is how it looked. This is how it looked at the final stage. I know for sure by now you should be able to make this elegant fan in any color, any lace, anytime. XOXO.